I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new. I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry. That's Edgeworth. There he is. Edgeworth, I figured that car belonged to you. But when did you become Maya's chauffeur? It's nothing like that. I just happened to run into her en route and picked her up. And by run into her, I mean she jumped out in front of my car. I nearly ran her down. This is Miles Edgeworth. God, I can predict this. He's a friend of mine, and the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately. So, what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too. He did. However, I have business of my own here at the crime scene. Business? What kind of business? Prosecutorial business, perhaps? The incident. Just so you know, right, I am the lead prosecutor on this case. What? You? Yes. It appears we'll be standing on opposite ends of the battlefield this time around. So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor? It's a bit complicated, to say the least. In what way? The groom is a member of the Sprockets, a family with immense influence. If his bride were to stand a trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. So they tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office. Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean, settle it amicably? Amicably, God. It means that they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout. Yes, they have especially strong ties in both the political and judicial worlds. To the point where no one dares to oppose them. Don't tell me that includes you. Don't be ridiculous, right? It's quite the opposite. The prosecutor's office is filled with cowards, as I found out. Every last one of my subordinates was loath to prosecute a Sprocket. So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right? That's right. I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities, regardless of who I'm up against. For that is part of my creed. Nothing and no one can sway me from that, not even the almighty Sprockets. Right. They think they can use their influence to bend the truth. They have another thing coming. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They were only trying to protect their interests. But all they got instead was you. Edgy, come on, man. How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless jerk are you? I'm simply doing my job. And I'm warning you, Wright, I won't hold back, not for you or anyone else. Thanks for the warning, your righteousness. Edgeworth. Yeah, tell me a bit about yourself. So how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume? Of course, unlike somebody who has too few clients and too much time on his hands. Huh, guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth. Nice try, right? But as always, I have no intention of showing anyone any mercy. Including you. As inflexible as ever, I see. Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, those furrows should have smoothed out a little as well. Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself? Excuse me? He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident. Don't forget, Wright, I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries? But no, I guess we are adversaries for now. And you, Larry. Me? What about me? I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after that little stunt you pulled with the suspect. But Edgy, we're all pals, aren't we? Personal appeals won't work on me, Larry. Now come along. Nick, help me out here. Bye, Larry. Oh, he's leaving. Alright. He literally came to drop off Maya and then buggered off. Alright. Is it just me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never change. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we better hop to it too. Hop to what? Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? Oh. It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is going to be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time, though, since we were last together like this. Alright, to the crime scene then. Let's do it. Yeah, and away we go. Oh, the reception hall. Ah! Wait, what? The Flying Chapel. Reception hall. So, this is a reception hall. According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Oh, right. Whoa. Yikes, we're pretty high up. But at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. I mean, we're indoors, but we're also high in the sky. Oh, look, Nick, it's Emma. Hey, Emma, over here. Mr. Wright, Maya. Does this mean you've taken the case? Yeah, that's how things kinda turned out. Didn't really have a choice. So do you mind if we take a look around? Be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead. Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma, too. She's such a nice detective. She tells us everything. What happened? Edgeworth wouldn't tell us anything about this case. So do you think you could give us a rundown? Well, seeing as he's going to be prosecuting, I'd expect him to be tight-lipped about it. You, not so much though. The incident occurred yesterday, on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 PM to 10 PM. 7 PM to 10 PM, huh? Got it. By the way, you didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you? Time traveling? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Forget it. That's pretty much the response I expected. The victim's name is Dumbass Gloomsbury. He was a servant in the Sprocket family household. Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means the two of them were co-workers. Yes, they apparently knew each other. Mr. Gloomsbury was their lead servant after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was also a very closed and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Doom and Gloom behind his back. If he was the lead servant, he must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this man, a guy who was essentially her boss? We don't know the defendant's motive yet, but the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her. And what circumstances are those exactly? Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. The suspect was standing in front of the body with the murder weapon still in her hands. But why would a bride who was just about to start a happy new life kill someone? Did the police have an explanation for that? Yeah, about that. They believe the victim attacked the suspect, and was killed when she fought back. But why did he attack her to begin with? Well, a mere servant girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Gloomsbury must have been more than just a little jealous of her. So this Mr. Doom and Gloom attacked Ellen first. But if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that, but I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. But wow, a servant girl marrying the future president of such a huge company. Sounds like a modern-day fairy tale. It does, doesn't it? Thing is, not everyone was on board with their union, apparently. The murder weapon. So what was the murder weapon, Emma? This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered. So the victim was clubbed to death with this, huh? That's funny. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence. But there was definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury, so it's gotta be the murder weapon. What a funny looking clock. They call it the Timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it'll bring them back to the memory of their wedding day. A time machine, huh? Come to think of it. Ellen said her pendant was a part of a time machine. I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. Timekeeper. The murder weapon, dubbed the Timekeeper. It's a clock with a secret mechanism. Okay. A star-crossed marriage. The suspect never had any family or relatives to depend on. So she was working as a live-in maid for the Sprocket family to support herself. So a maid with no family or fortune was sent to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two. Yes, apparently the groom's parents and all of his other relatives were strongly opposed. But that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding. Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh, is that how it works? Yep. If you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I spent all of my spare time in Karain watching soap operas on TV. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified at anything, Maya. Qualified soap opera watcher, I guess. Oh, and by the way, I heard the suspect faced her fair share of harassment too. And from the sound of it, it got pretty ugly for her. So even though this incident could cause a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who opposed their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ellen's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. Right, well, we've got everything we can out of her, so it's time to examine. Just examine everything. Okay, so I zoomed into this. So this is the sweetheart table where the bride and groom sit. Where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this, though. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception, you know? They have to greet and talk with all the guests that came to give their blessings. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy their dinner. Aw, I wouldn't be able to stand that. Can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. They say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of their wedding dresses. With those tight corsets squeezing their waists, they can barely eat a bite. Really? It sounds like wedding receptions are absolute torture. I guess food still wins out over romance in Maya's book. What else do we have? We have this nice clock. So that's the vista deck out there. I bet the view is amazing. But I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Nick? Yeah, kind of. Mostly because there's no surviving a fall from way up here. Wait, does Nick suffer from vertigo? Why am I zooming in on this? Ah, this must be where the time machine was placed. Can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used for murder. It's just awful. Nick, we have to prove Ellen's innocence, no matter what it takes. I agree. We can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. Okay. Think that about does it for this area. Oh. What about this thing? What the oh! This must be the lantern the body was found in. Ellen managed to move it quite a ways. It looks like a cow, but it's pretty badly broken. That's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse. No way. It's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything. But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's Pegasus, I tell you. Oh, I know. That pamphlet should tell us. Let's see. Apparently it's called a Pegamoo. I did not see that coming. Yet somehow the name really captures the essence of what this creature is, you know? Huh. That's strange. What is? Well, this Pegamoo is definitely a male Pegable, right? Yeah, I'd say so. What with the horns and all. Okay, well... that Pegamoo over there is also a Pegable. But take a look at the pamphlet. There should be a male and a female. Yep. See, the one on the right says Pegable, but the one on the left says Pegacow. A female Pegamoo. Right. The pamphlet goes on to say that how they have Pegamoos for the happy couple. So where's the other one? So for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and female pair of Pegamoos. But for some reason, there are two males here. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room. Hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder, though. Broken lantern. The Pegable lantern in which the victim's body In any case, we better check this thing out. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. At where the body was. What do you think this is, Maya? Looks like a flower petal to me. That's not what I wanted to look at, but whatever. What an unusual shape for a flower petal. Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers in here in the reception hall? No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. I wonder where it came from. There we go. Now we'll examine the body. So this is where the body was found. And the person to find it was Ellen. Emma, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found? Let's see, the victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. Here's a photo of the scene as we found it. The victim was discovered inside one of the lanterns in the reception hall. Right. There's a piece of paper. There's also this thing. Whatever the hell that is. Bum 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 brrr. Did this come from the lantern? Yeah, it's covered in blood. Maybe it got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern. Can you imagine going to open a door and finding the knob covered with blood? That'd be bloody awful, to say the least. Nah! What a pun. Hey, what's this? Ooh, let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Ah. It looks like a note outlining the murder plot. Whoever wrote it has better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. Why do you say that? Ink's smudged. Because the writing is only smudged, starting from the middle of each line. That's what happened when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. I do it sometimes myself when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. Guess I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting that badly. Alright. Let's get back to the note. That note was apparently written by the victim. But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour... Maya, are you craving curry rice or something? Oops. So Emma, where's this Vista deck the note mentions? It's at the back. It's that heliport you see right outside the window over there. So, he'd planned on pushing Ellen off from there. What a monster. Bloomsbury's note. A note found near the victim's body. The writing is smudged as though written by a right-handed person. The fact they highlight the fact they're right-handed. We're gonna find out that Bloomsbury's left-handed. Just you watch. I guess that about does it for this lantern. Okay, so there's that. Oh, we have a plane. Yeah, may as well examine them. Why not? It's a hot air balloon, a symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. It's kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah. But I just noticed that it doesn't seem to be tied up to the ceiling all that well. I'm sure it's fine. Please don't let it fall on my head. Okay, so we looked at that. What about the plane? A model airplane. The perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. Oh, I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? The Steel Samurai zipping through the clouds over near old Tokyo. If Sprocket Aviation ever becomes a sponsor of the show, I could see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I think I'll go suggest the idea to them later. Please at least wait until after the trial is over. Oi oi oi. Alright, what's over here then? Ooh! A few things. I wonder what this partition is for. I imagine people like the reception staff or entertainers use it. They probably wait behind They'll wait behind it when they're on standby. I see. With the partition this size, I bet they could even fit an elephant back there. Not that anyone sane would. Okay, so there's the petition. So we have that. It's a fog machine. I wonder if they used it during the reception. Ooh. Hey Nick, go stand over there for a sec. Why? Just because. Now go. Alright. I got a bad feeling about this. Oh. Oh. Fogmaster 9000 on. Maya, no. Oh, nothing happened. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it. All I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke. Fog machine. A device that utilizes dry ice to emit a large amount of thick fog-like vapor. Wait, it's going back to the Fogmaster, and then it's going to zoom out. What the hell was the point? So there's the door. Get a lot of that huge set of doors. I bet all sorts of things come and go through there, through here, or there. Like an elephant. I'm pretty sure it's just the bride and groom. This is a banquet hall, not a circus. Why is she obsessed with elephants? It's just rather odd. Oh, there's another one. Boom boom. It's a fog machine for the reception. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you dare touch it. Aw, spoil sport. That's because I know how you operate. Ooh, what's this? I just spotted it. Woo! It's a wallet. Oh, it's a business. No, it is a wallet. Oh, it's Larry's fucking wallet. It looks like a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is. That face looks awfully familiar. Yes it does. Guess I'll bring it to him later. Business card wallet. A business card holder with a peculiar yet suspiciously familiar imprint in the center. Laurice Donham. Of course. What else can I look at? The partition again? Really? Alright. That's one big partition screen. Industrial size even. I bet it'd cause an industrial sized mess if it fell over. And that's why you're not allowed to touch it, Maya. What? Then who's going to test how stable it is? Just leave it alone, please. Is that everything? I guess so. We'll find out if that was everything. There was more! Oh my god! My goodness. Wait, so what else have I missed? Everything there. Oh. I never looked at that, of course. Well, look at the horns on this flying bovine. He must be a bull. Seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the look of those wheels, I bet he can be rolled around rather easily too. Yeah, I bet it would be quite a hassle if you had to lift and carry him everywhere. And this is what the backside looks like. What's that by the bottom of his tail? A wheel handle? Ooh! Oh! Oh, I get it. This way they can get inside to change the light bulbs. I see they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted. I guess they figured nobody will see it, so why bother? Makes sense to cut costs where you can. Ah. Well, overall, I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. There, that was everything. God, I've missed the one bloody lantern. Oh well, we got it. Well, I guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey Nick, I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well since we're here. True, we might even run into some of the other people involved in the case. Oh! Hello? Nick, how long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me, Are you with Sprocket Aviation? Huh? Nick, he wrote something on that paper airplane. I guess we're supposed to read it then. He doesn't talk much. Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cold welcome. Mr. Wright, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation. Soren Sprocket. Or to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation. So he's Ellen's fiancé. What the f... Wow, his pen's a plane. Oh, there he goes. He's kind of eccentric, or of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes. An inventor, huh? Yep, he even designed this airship. That's pretty impressive. Nick, this is no time to be standing around gawking. We have to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Oh, right. It looked like he was heading outside. Okay, so now I can go outside, I guess. September 21st. Sprocket Park. Mooring Dock. There he is. Oh, I can predict the script. There he is. Excuse me, could we talk to you? Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you what you're doing? Oh my god. It would be really nice if he actually just spoke. He sure is writing up a storm. It is possible. If an enormous change in mass could be detected at that observation point, then theoretically matter can retain its form even if as it crosses the event horizon. Let's just see what he has to say about Ellen. Was he on about time travel? That certainly sounded like time travel talk. Ellen. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So, could we ask you about the case? Oh my god. Woo! Ow. What the? Not interested. Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know. The diameter of the airship is approximately 80 feet. The amount of energy necessary to move matter comprised of that amount of mass is... He's off in his own little world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in talking about his own bride's arrest. We'll just have to talk on his level then. With something he might be interested in. The pendant. What a prick. It's about your wife, you douche. I cannot unsee the Triforce. No, I just can't. Could you take a look at this? Is that Ellen's? Ellen told us that she travelled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant. You mean to say you two are Ellen's lawyers? Yes, I just told you that a minute ago. Sorry, I was lost in thought. He wasn't even listening? Oh boy. He's not all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial anyway. There we go. Very good. We'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. I don't know a thing about it, so why don't you go ask the police? In other words, not interested. This guy is the worst. Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, can I ask you about how Ellen travelled through time? Go on. Guess that got your attention. So, is time travel really even possible? Yes, it is possible. Alrighty then. At the same time, it is also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself. What do you mean? The timekeeper, that clock we had displayed in the reception hall, that is the body of the time machine. The pendant is simply a part. That clock was the murder weapon, wasn't it? But it's a time machine too. What Ellen experienced is akin to travelling down a road by car key. What? Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible. Unless, maybe the quantum system inside the pendant somehow accidentally interfered with the natural flow of the fourth dimension. We're losing him again. Maybe we better ask him some more about the time machine. Tell me about the timekeeper. Yeah, there we go. So you've been researching time travel, have you? Moving through the space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel. Time travel is a mode of transportation. Since the dawn of time, man has developed multifarious methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships. But they are all fundamentally similar, in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Travel through the space-time continuum would shift mankind into a new paradigm. I don't know why, Nick, but I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden. For generations, Sprocket Aviation has advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap. Oh, is he done? So what exactly does all that stuff he was saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-thru to it, I guess. That's putting it in ways she'd understand. Oh, I get it, it's the same burger, but with a quicker and more efficient delivery system. So what someone really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. Launch, not lunch. But do you really believe that time travel is possible? It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. Hey, I played Steins Gate. I understand completely. Did you hear that, Nick? Time travelers really do exist. Is their name John Titor by any chance? All I know is Soren isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. Oh, I don't know. I kinda like the way he talks. It's full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought, too. When it comes to inventions, anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling, though. So, I hear that the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage. What are your thoughts on that? Master Soren? You did it. No, I'm joking. You don't look like a killer. It's time for the meeting on the next term's project.